Hiya, folks, and welcome to the Reaction Hour. I'm your host, Zeshan B. I'm so excited that you could join. This is a brand new video series where basically I'm just going to react, and we're going to react together. And, well, what are we going to react to? Well, it's going to be musical performances by amazing artists, and I'm going to wax on what it is that makes these performances great, what it is that makes these artists amazing. And some of these artists are going to be well known, some of them not as well known, but they're all going to be dope. I can say that much. A little bit about me. I'm a singer, songwriter, band leader, producer. I've been featured in just about every major publication and outlet here in America, as well as many abroad. And my music is a mix of classic R&B and soul, gospel, and a lot of other things, to be honest. I have a lot of eclectic influences, and that's part of the fun of this, is we're going to go through all the artists who have influenced me, and maybe they'll influence you. So first up is my man over here, Bill Monroe. Has anyone heard of Bill Monroe? I hope many of you have heard of Bill Monroe. If not, well, that's what this video is about. So just like a brief synopsis, Bill Monroe is considered the father of bluegrass music here in America, and he is an American treasure. Bluegrass music is beautiful, beautiful music. And I won't even talk much about it. Why don't we just start playing it? This is Bill Monroe singing a very iconic tune called Blue Moon of Kentucky. Here goes. It's like a waltz.
Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and true done true.
Wow.
Blue moon of...
Okay, so right off the bat, what do we notice? We're looking at a bunch of acoustic instruments. We got upright bass, we got violin, aka the fiddle. Bill Monroe is singing and playing mandolin, which I'm really jealous about because I wish I could do that. He was really good at that. This other fella's playing the rhythm guitar, and then you can't see the banjo, but the guy is definitely playing banjo in the back. And yeah, so these are all acoustic instruments. And one thing that I can say with certainty is that acoustic instruments are very pleasing to the human ear. And I think the reason why that's the case is because they're made of natural elements. They're made of wood, rosin, and they just have that organic feel. I mean, if you go out to a beautiful park or a forest and you see beautiful trees and mountains, I mean, it's pleasing. It's you can't look at stuff like that and not feel like a sense of, it feels nice, And it's the same thing with acoustic instruments. They come from those elements, and it's cool that, like, for music that comes from Kentucky, from Appalachia, from the Ohio River Valley, from parts of southern Illinois, Indiana, these are places that are more rural, and so this is very fitting that it would be acoustic instruments, and it just creates such a sense of time and place, and folk music actually, I have to say, is quite often just timeless. Like, this music is going to survive. So let's keep listening.
Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. It was on a moonlight night. The stars shining bright, and they whispered from on high.
See, Bill Monroe. So let's break down Bill Monroe's voice. He had a high voice, and he sang in high registers effortlessly. One thing you'll notice about it is that his voice is not really effectuated. He's not, doing any slick stuff. He's not doing any slick phrasing. His phrasing is very beautiful, but it's not effectuated. It's not, too stylized. It just is, and I think that lent itself so well to a folk idiom because folk music is verite. It's life as it is. This has a waltz feel. You could picture, you know, couples dancing and some of the other songs. It's you're talking about like a square dance or some of the more upbeat stuff like a straight up hootenanny, which that stuff's really dope too. Um, but basically, this stuff is not meant to be ornamented. That's not to say it's not elegant and beautiful, but it's not overproduced, and that's something I really love about it. And he sings in high registers with just such ease. He's not straining at all, so that's really exemplary. That's not an easy thing to do.
Your love that said goodbye, blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining, shine on.
You hear that that just that little bit of phrasing from the violin. It's almost like it sounds like it was a vine wrapping around Bill Monroe's voice. I get very poetic thinking of listening to music like this. It's these guys just play so tight. It's badass.
On the one that's gone and said goodbye.
Oh, there it is. There it is. And now we're going into double time. We were in a waltz 3/4, and now we're gonna go. Hell yeah! That was dope. The use of the triplets is so cool now. So this is awesome. This is another thing you don't hear in music that much now is like change in time signature. Where we went from 3/4, now we're going into this sort of stomp, And on the dance floor, this would have definitely evoked like a really awesome, reaction from everyone. Like, okay, now it's and now this is up, like, and Bill Monroe's his mandolin playing is just so beautiful, and God, the mandolin just sounds so nice, so pleasing. I love it. Let's keep playing. Now you could see how this song, artists like Elvis and Carl Perkins and other rockabilly artists like basically did their own remixes of this because the bass line in this section now like really lends itself well to like rhythm and blues and rockabilly. You know. You see, well, I need to work on my low notes. But yeah, it was remixed so easily. That's dope. So he adds an extra word, like to just kind of give the phrasing a little bit of like blue moon of Kentucky, what you keep on shining, what you keep on, that won't you, just gives it a little bit of it's a small thing, but it's not, that's not written in, if there was sheet music of this song, that would not be written in, but the won't you, like, just gives it a kind of folksy feel, makes it feel like, kind of raw, which I think is really dope.
Shine on the one that's gone and good and true. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna left me blue. It is on a moonlight night, the stars shining bright.
I love the way the rhythm guitar, like that style. Really, really just elegant stuff. And to be honest, this is not just, people associate this with Kentucky, with Appalachia, and there's other places that I mentioned. But to be honest, even in cities like Chicago, where I'm at right now, or Detroit, you gotta, you gotta understand that there were a lot of whites that came from Appalachia, from Ohio River Valley, and settled like in Chicago in neighborhoods like Uptown, and they brought these traditions with them. And so this music is quite alive and well in northern cities as well. I mean, so because you got people who are descendants whose grandparents came from Kentucky, or whose parents may have come or may have just come. There's definitely a pipeline, and to be honest though, I think like music like bluegrass, it's going to stand the test of time because it's evergreen. It's just beautiful storytelling. That's the other thing. The poetry in this, Blue Moon of Kentucky, keep on shining, shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. You don't hear that as much in music nowadays. I feel like things are more kind of in your face and direct and on the nose, whereas this leaves a lot for the imagination. And once again, there's a discussion of nature, Blue Moon of Kentucky. So to me, it's no surprise that this is an anthem for the state of Kentucky, for Kentuckians, and that bluegrass represents, I guess, the aspirations and the aesthetics of people from there. And it's a real gem. Let's finish.
They went bird along the high, said goodbye. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna say goodbye.
he just takes his he's like, okay, we're done. He just took his mandolin right off his shoulders. All right, it's like there's a simplicity of it. That's the other thing. There's a simplicity and elegance when people aren't trying to be anything other than who they are. There's no posturing in this. There's no. It just is. And look, whatever. If you're an artist, even if you don't perform this kind of music, it's still possible to be influenced by it. That stuff is so groovy. I mean, when the groove is that good, I mean, when it's that infectious, it doesn't matter. That's going to tug at your heartstrings and move your soul. It's going to stir your soul. And I feel lucky that with YouTube now we can access artists like Bill Monroe. So please definitely check out more of Bill Monroe. He's got some really, really great ones. That's just one. Blue Moon of Kentucky's one. Another one I love is Uncle Pen, or I'm Working on a Building. I love that. Those are great songs. They're fun for road trips too. Definitely, I would recommend that. And why don't you leave a comment and tell me what you think? What do you think about Bill Monroe? What do you think about bluegrass? Let's discuss. So that was Bill Monroe's Blue Moon of Kentucky, and that's what I got. That's a wrap basically. So definitely like, comment, subscribe, do all that. And till next time, this is Zeshan B, and you're in the reaction zone.